Hello, just a quick video to show you. I came across this completely on accident. I haven't owned a 45 ACP since the late 80s and early 90s, so I haven't. I've just been completely out of the loop in terms of anything 45 ACP. So I bought. Long story short, I bought a Cold Government stainless recently, and then of course I had to look for some ammunition, right, to put through it at the range. So I found this. It was kind of neat. I was at Lucky Gunner. I'm a big fan of Chris Baker and all the good people at Lucky Gunner, and I'm not paid by them or anything like that. There's, right, in full disclosure, I have no interest in them. But I think it's Chris Baker, what he's done there with all the labs, all the ballistic gelatin and stuff. He's earned my business in my estimation. So anyway, I was there searching for some ammo, and I came across this, and I had to laugh actually. So this is Federal's kind of ad hoc attempt to replicate Winchester's train and defend. Right, so this is practice and defend, and I'll show you they've made it a bulk pack of 120 rounds. So I'll show you what comes in the box. Okay, so you have 2 boxes of the practice, right? 2 boxes of 50. Let me pull one out here. So here we have, right, the American Eagle 45 Auto 230 grain full metal jacket, and the product code is Alpha Echo 45 Alpha. Okay, and it's I'll show you the round here in just a second. So this is 230 grain hardball, and this is the 20 rounds of defend. Okay, it's the 230 grain HST jacketed hollow point. Okay, so I'll show you both rounds. So here we have both. Okay, let me get focus here. Okay, and what's cool about it, and what they did replicate from Winchester, I don't know if you can really pick this up. Okay, again, the practice ammo is brass, and the defend ammo is nickel plated. Okay, one's a hardball, one's a jacketed hollow point. Okay, but my point is, what Federal got right is, I think this is all. Let me give props to Paul Harrell, because I think Paul Harrell has driven some change in the industry for the good. And if you've watched Paul Harrell's videos enough, you know he's constantly talking about make sure you put your, right, because we have cheaper range ammo that we throw down range. Of course, that's the affordable stuff, and what he calls, the hyper ammo or premium ammo, or he's referred to before as the precious, right? The precious. So this is the precious, right? And so his point is right. We go to the range and we shoot this, and we kind of train ourselves to. If a pistol does, or a gun doesn't have adjustable sights, we just learn to apply our Kentucky windage, right, and elevation, right. For example, if this round were to shoot a little bit low left, for example, I'm just saying for example, then your gun, you would know your point of aim would be just a little bit high and right to compensate, right. So we get used to that. But his point is, when you go to a hyper or a premium or a precious type of ammo, it might have a different point of impact, right? So you'd have to basically train for 2 different rounds, and according to the principles of train as you fight, you wouldn't want that. You wouldn't want one point of impact for this round, and then when you really, right, in your actual carry ammunition, you might have a different point of impact. So the whole point, and I went along with that, the whole point of Winchester's train and defend, and now Federal's practice and defend, is that you have the bullet weights are identical. That's the first thing, right? Because you can't have 2 different bullet weights. If you want to keep the point of aim, point of impact roughly the same, you're going to have ideal, not only ideal bullet weights, or identical bullet weights, 230 in each, but you have identical muzzle velocities as well. So these are both exiting the barrel at 890 feet per second. Okay, so they both are 230 grains, both exit at 890 feet per second, and both impact, right, or I should have a muzzle energy of 404 foot-pounds. So now the one thing about, I didn't research the sectional densities of these bullets, right, but Winchester, they actually use identical sectional densities of the bullets to make sure they cut the air, right. Their aerodynamics are almost, I mean, it's going to be a little bit different because one's either a TMJ or an FMJ and the other's a hollow point. But my point is Winchester tries to really strictly control the variables so that when you train and when you actually carry, your rounds are going to strike in the same place. And that's what Paul Harrell has been talking about for some years now, is to try to find a practice ammunition and a carry ammunition that would have the same point of impact and therefore the same point of aim. And Winchester sought to follow Paul Harrell's advice, and now so has Federal with this ad hoc. Again, it's ad hoc. It's not like a holistic system. Winchester's is an actual holistic system. T and D for train and defend, right? The suffix, the code, the train ammunition will end in a T, letter T, and the defend ammunition ends in a letter D, as in Delta. But so Federal's is a little bit more ad hoc, but yet both are 230. Both have a muzzle velocity of 890, and both both have a muzzle energy of 404 foot-pounds at the muzzle. So there, and this was again at Lucky Gunner. It was $60 a box. This was $60. So you get the two boxes of practice and this box of defend, all for $60. And I think that's quite an incredible value. Okay, so again, thank you for your time. I know I went long with a little bit of this stuff, but thank you for your time. I appreciate you watching this, and have a blessed day. Thank you.